Welcome to Power Monday, where your Mondays will never be again. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Power Monday Breaking Limits, where your Monday will never have to be blue again. My name is Taufik, and if this is your first time tuning in, Power Monday's ERA's original podcast, where we bring in inspiring teammates to share their real-life journeys, the challenges, the breakthroughs, and the lessons that have shaped them to the person that they are today. So if you missed the first season or the previous episodes, you can catch it on ERA SG Spotify as well as on our YouTube. Now, this episode, we have someone who doesn't just preach mindset and habits, he lives them. He has built his life, his performance, and his resilience through deliberate practice, mental discipline, and the courage to confront challenges head on. Whether you're trying to build consistency, overcome your own mental blocks, or simply want to function at a high level in life and business, this conversation is going to shift something inside you. So let's welcome to the Power Monday studio, Tjhai!
Thank you for having me, Taufik. Thanks for the introduction.
Alright, so for those of you who have not get the good opportunity to know you, please share with them a bit about your journey before real estate and how you actually come into real estate.
Well, my journey before real estate, at what age should I start at?
Two.
Age 2. Okay, so when I was 2 years old,
before, maybe at the point where before real estate, how or what triggered you to actually join real estate?
Okay, so I think maybe I want to start from when I was 13, 14, 15 years old. Is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm going to cut the long story short as well. Like, why did I mention that time frame in specifically to today's topic as well? I think it was when I was 16 years old, I attended a program, right, that actually shifted my mindset until today. And the principles that I learned from there, I bring to like every phase of life since 16 years old. Okay, so what actually happened when I was 13, 14, 15, that was secondary school, right? So I was actually, I would say I was a delinquent, right, in school, always getting into fights. I was from the express stream back then I dropped to normal academic as well. So getting a lot of trouble, like public caning, all these, whatever you name it, like I was there, right? So I had a very terrible relationship with my family back then as well, like because I just shut myself off them. I just didn't want to be a good student lah, okay? I don't know for what reasons, right? But I mean, that was the environment, that was who I used to be when I was in secondary school, early secondary school. All right, so unfortunately, or I would say fortunately, all right, I actually got into a fight, a big fight. So I was actually, I had a police case as well. It is okay to share, right?
Sure.
Right, okay, because I'm
scared.
Yeah, so I mean, I got into a police case as well. So I was actually on the verge of being sent to the boys' home.
Oh, wow.
When I was 16 years old. Right, so I went to the juvenile court back then as well. So during that period of time, I actually attended this camp by Adam Khoo. I don't know whether you're familiar with it.
It sounds familiar.
Right.
Yeah.
I think most who are my age or older, they would have heard of him. So I would say that he's a mindset mentor to me. Right. So back then long story short, when I attended that, I actually learned a lot of habits or mindset patterns from him, from the way he functioned. Because when I attended that, I think that was like probably the lowest point in my life, right? Because I wasn't happy, right? I was flunking my school. I was having a bad relationships with my parents as well back then. Like my parents didn't want to talk to me at a point in time because I kept disappointing them, right? Through all the things that I have done, right? Okay, so attending that program at 16, that actually opened up my mind about the way I see things, all right? That how I should actually, it's not the world against me, I would say. It's actually me going against the world. So I think that was one key trigger or takeaway that I gotten from that program, right, when I was 16. And there are so many principles from there that I learned and I applied in life. All right, which I think you will be asking me more questions about that.
Yes,
so I'm going to touch more on that later. So back to your question as well. So after 16 years old, so I went to poly in Singapore. I went to uni, went to army as well. So my first job was actually in the hospitality line.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's pretty different. I actually had three jobs before I came into real estate. Right. So first one was hospitality. Why I chose hospitality was because I thought that it was something that I would want to pursue a career in, right? It feels nice, like meeting people, working in a nice hotel, that kind of thing, right? So that was my first job. I mean, I enjoyed it. Just that, why did I leave eventually? I told myself back then after uni, right, I want to explore. I don't want to just after uni at 24, 25, I just want to start making money. I didn't want that. So this is actually one of my, I would say, mindset habit that I have, all right, that I've brought along as well. Because to me, I don't want to be motivated by, not saying there's right or wrong reasons, right, by money. Okay, I want to chase, I want to learn, I want to explore the world as well. So I explored hospitality. Eventually, I left, to my second career, which was in the events industry, right? And at that point in time, I wanted to maybe one day be my own boss. So I think that self-employed or that entrepreneurship kind of mindset actually grew with me, right? Since 10 over years ago as well.
Right.
Okay, after 1 year in the events industry, then I shifted to KL. I was actually based in KL for 1 year, right, doing business development. I think it was a pretty timely thing. After almost 1 year in the events, I want to explore more to see the world. And just so happened that I met a guy, right? Opportunity was given to me to pursue this role in Malaysia, all right, and taking on as a business development manager. So I actually went on to like China, to Thailand as one of the key markets that I was in charge of with that company as well, to bring businesses to expand in these two countries. Yeah, and eventually I would say there was I was enjoying my time there, traveling, learning, growing. The income was not bad at 27, 28, I would say. There were times that I was drawing like 5 figures back then. I think it's a big amount.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was just reading a book. So I have a habit to read as well. Right. So I was reading a book and then I thought to myself that, hey, like I'm turning 20, almost turning 30 already. So I think I need to focus on something that, I can see myself doing for the rest of my life. So I was reading a book, Ways to Build Wealth. Okay, so there were 4 key factors that it taught me. So the number one fact, do you want to guess what are the 4 factors? How to build wealth?
30 and I'm sitting here crying. You had
guess. Do you want to guess?
I don't know. I'm not those type who would like pick out non-fiction, life self-help books.
So you're Harry Potter.
No lah. My mental cycle is to see other people's success and then I will try to, but I wouldn't, and then I will tell myself how sucky my life is. So I wouldn't have any clue.
Understand. Okay. So the 4 factors, I'll just show it to you. All right. The first factor is to marry rich. Right. So that is what the book actually wrote. Okay. Second factor is to start a business. All right, but starting a business, and the third factor is to do investments. But starting a business and investment, it requires heavy capital.
Correct.
Right, and you need time, right, for the business to grow.
So that's why marry rich is the first one.
Marry rich is the best way, right? It's the best way, okay? And then the 4th factor, right, is to get into sales. Right, because there's no limit in doing sales, right? So because of that book, then I thought to myself that, hey, I was actually working really hard at that job in KL. I was sleeping at like 1, 2 a.m. I was waking up at 7. I was at work at 8, like every day, right? I work non-stop, all right? I enjoy doing that too, right? So I thought, hey, actually, why not do something that I can call my own, right? Because, put it that way, I could be easily replaced, right? In that scenario, in that job as well, because I'm, after all, an employee. Right, in that company, right? So I was thinking that, hey, why not do something that I can call my own, that I used to think, all right, I could have flexibility and control over my time, which is totally, I would say not 100% true if you're thinking you want to be a real estate agent, because you want to control your time. Of course, how much time you put in is how much you get back, in the process as well. Yeah, so that's my story on how I got into real estate, and I think that was 7 years ago, and I never looked back ever since.
Wow. So the past few episodes, when we talk about breaking limits, we've discussed behaviors as well, habits and routines. And then for yourself, from delinquent a teenager, as you said, and then you move into a program, and then you work 3 jobs, and then you basically picked up a book and it changed your life. So all of this are what you call patterns of excellence. So can you take us into a deep dive on what patterns mean to you in life, and why is it important for every one of us to adopt it?
Okay. I will take a time. I need to cough. Oh, I suddenly thought until got like phlegm in my. Okay, my cut not bad, right? He can easily.
Can. Then you just continue, pick up.
Thanks, Andy and Chris. Oh,
Are you sick?
sick. I see Tjhai, I sick already. Okay, so okay, what's your
Patterns
last?
of excellence. Deep dive into it. What do you think it's important for us?
Okay, so to answer your question, Taufik, I think when people talk about patterns or habits, most of the people think, I would say, very complicated stuff. They think of routines, they think of cycles. I mean, yes, to a certain extent, it's a behavioral pattern. I mean, it's something that we inculcate into our routine as well.
Right.
But most people think that, oh, having a habit is like, if I smoke, that's a bad habit. All right. If I exercise, that's a good habit. All right. So, but I think it's not just that. Right. To me, habits, they actually form in three channels or three aspects, right? In terms of your mindset, in terms of your behavior, right? In terms of your attitude as well. And these three comes hand in hand.
Yeah.
And to me, the very first step is always the mindset, right? That we need to have a good mindset, a positive mindset, a growth mindset, right? To have good behavioral patterns as well, or habits, right? So over here, I would say a couple of mental mindset or habits that I develop, right? It is how I process challenges along the way, right? Because I see most agents, or I wouldn't say most agents, I do see agents out there that every time they face a challenge, that they face something difficult, right, they will always put the blame outside.
Correct. Yeah.
And that's a habit. That's a habit. Because to me, I believe that how you do something is how you do everything. I hold by this principle very firmly, right? Because if, let's say, you meet a challenging client, you meet a challenging market, maybe market went down, right? Then this person might just say that, oh, wow, okay lah, my income is affected because the market went down, or because the client very nasty, or whatsoever, client's not easy to deal with. Then they put the blame outwards, or they put the responsibility on the events that are happening around them, rather than what they can do as an individual. So I think this is one habit that I have used, that I have applied to my life, right, all this while as well, that you'll never ever see me, right, complain about, oh wow, I am not doing well because of this person, that person, because of this event happening in Singapore, or the market went soft, or whatsoever, right? To me, it's always like, what can I do in this situation, in this challenging situation, to overcome it, to excel? Because put it that way, in every market downturn, right, no matter how soft the market is, right, there's always a number 1 agent, right? There's always a number 10 agent. There's always a top 50 agent, right? So as long as, okay, this agent, and what I observe from all the high achievers as well, they always hold responsibility. It will never be, because of the market, then I am not doing well. It's always about what can I do. And I think this is important, right, for agents, experienced and new agents who are looking to join the industry, that you need to tweak this, right? You need to open up your mind as well, right? Rather than just putting the blame outside.
Yeah.
So I think this is one mindset habit that I developed along the way as well.
So with this mindset, because it's pretty contrasting when you share about where you were almost into a boys' home until the mindset that you have now. So throughout that journey, right, where actually did the mindset shift turned?
Okay, so this will be back to my story when I was 16.
Okay.
Right, when I went to the program with Adam Khoo. So it actually taught this very simple principle, ERO. Right, so it's not erotic if you're thinking about that, right? Okay. Yeah, so E plus R equals to O. I can make joke, right? Okay. Yeah, E plus R equals to O. So event plus response equals to your outcome. So why do I say when I link it back when I was 16? So what was the event when I was 13, 14, 15 years old? I was in a Abing environment. Okay, most of my friends that I hang out with, they are all Abings. I was one of them. Okay, so that was the cannot tell. Reform already lah. Reform already. Yeah. If not, I won't be sitting here today with you,
Sure,
right?
true.
Yeah. So back then, the event was okay. I went to a neighborhood school. I just mixed with the crowd that I think was fun loving. That I did a lot of things. That got nothing related to academics. I just like to fight. I like to hang out, play ball after school, not go home. I mean, that was the event, right? That was the position I was in. So my response when I was 13, 14, 15 years old, I just indulge in it.
Right.
To me, it's like, I don't want to go home. My mom always nag at me. She always asks me, do this, do that, do this, do that. She wants to control me. So because of that event, my response was, there was a lot of resistance.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go home anymore, right? Because of that. Mom, if you're watching this, I love you very much. Okay, yeah. But I mean, that was my response. And what was my outcome? Okay, I flunked my studies, right? Even teachers back then, there was one teacher that actually told me, one day after the program, I went to sit at the front of the class. Usually I'm at the back, right? I went to sit at the front, like the first row. The teacher actually asked me, are you trying to be funny? What are you trying to do? Why are you sitting in the front? Go back to the back of the classroom. So this was after the program. Okay. And I mean, like, imagine 16-year-old, I mean, still a kid, lah. Right? A teacher were to tell you that, like, you'll feel very dejected, right?
Correct.
Like, hey, I want to change. I want to make a difference. I want to improve. Hey, but this teacher is like putting me down. Right? So it actually naturally it felt bad. Then I thought of this, like what Adam Koo shared, E plus R equals to O. I mean, that event was that I was in a classroom, the teacher was not believing in me, doesn't believe that I want positive change. So what was my response? I ignore. The old me would have scolded the teacher back. I would have like scolded him like why cannot? Like, I want to sit here, like, why? Right? I mean, that would be me. And what would the outcome be? I'll end up in the discipline master's office, right? So I just kept quiet. He can't do anything to me. So the outcome changed. So likewise, like along this way, I always ask myself, okay, what is the response that I need to give, right, to get a more desirable outcome, right? Which is what I talk about this mindset habit that I have, right? Always claiming responsibility. Because by claiming responsibility, then I have control of my response, of my outcome, rather than putting the blame on that event that's happening.
On the external thing.
Yes.
So look intrinsically. Yeah. So for someone who understands all these patterns, how do you actually, or what would your advice be for someone who wants to start all these positive mindset, positive habits? How do they actually stick to it?
How do they stick to it? Wow, this is challenging. How do someone stick to this mindset change? I think ultimately, it boils back down to the belief system.
Okay.
Right, because everyone, we have different belief system. For example, you might think that, making money is very important to you, right? That is your belief system. You want to be very, very rich, very wealthy. But my belief system might be that, I want family first. To me, I don't need a lot of money. Right? Okay, I'm happy. I want to spend time. Why am I making money? Okay, I spend more time with my family when I get older. So it varies, right? So in order for someone to shift or develop a new set of mindset habits, right, they need to tweak their belief system, right? And beliefs are developed through experiences, life experiences, through upbringings, through the people that we interact with. Right, I mean, birds of the same feathers flock together, right? I mean, this is a very cliche way of saying, but I think this is very true as well. So in order to tweak your belief system, I think you need to understand what are your limiting beliefs. So this is part 2.
Right.
Right, because today you have like this firm set of belief system, right? How to break it or improve it, then you need to understand what's limiting you. Because everyone will have a limit as well, right? Even the number one, if we talk about wealth, right, the world's richest man, I mean, he can be $1 billion richer, $10 billion richer tomorrow as well, to be even to widen up the gap, right?
Yeah.
In that race.
Yeah.
So I think this is important, understanding your limiting beliefs.
So throughout your journey, even after that you had that mindset shift, was there any other moments of self-doubt or internal resistance when you try to actually change your life to the better?
Oh my, yeah, all the time, even until today. I think
Really?
I would be lying if I say that, oh, life is smooth sailing.
Right.
Right? I mean, there will be hiccups, there will be moments that I feel doubt. Even when I joined the career, right? I would say that probably at my first, second year, third year, I was doing relatively not bad. But there were times that I asked myself, like, hi, like why am I doing this? What more should I be doing? Right? Doubts, I'll question myself. Yeah, so ultimately, how did I overcome that? Same thing, right? To me, E plus R equals to O,
Right.
right? It comes back to it. Like, end day, I think about what's the outcome I want. Then I change my response accordingly. Yeah, so I think this is one way that I deal with all these doubts or uncertainties, right,
Correct.
that I have. I think it's perfectly normal, right? I would say that, I mean, it's unusual. Like, even if you're a high performer, even you're the world's richest man, you will have doubts. I'm pretty sure that people like Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, they will have doubt like, hey, I want to fly a plane to the
Right.
moon. There will be doubts, but of course, like the key pattern, all right, between a successful person and a not so successful person is how long do they stay in doubt. I think that is the key to it, because it could be a case that, wow, because I meet a challenge, a sticky situation, I beat myself up. After 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, after 3 months, I still cannot let go. I cannot move on. Then I am stuck in that position, right, in that hole.
Correct.
But I mean, I face a doubt. I just think of solutions, think of answers. Like, what can I do better to move on to achieve the outcome that I want? Yeah, so I think that's how I behave, how I think these days.
I think that's a very interesting topic because it just made me realize like when sometimes I want to achieve a new thing or try to change my habit, and then when challenges come, then I will fall back to my old habits because I'll tell myself, "Alah, I don't need lah.
Yep.
It's okay. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve this." So have you ever had that kind of situations, or maybe it's just me, and maybe I'm not cut out for this world.
So your question is like, if you you really want to change your habit.
Like sometimes we without realizing, as we are trying to chase or change our lives to the better, sometimes we fall back to our old habits, not even realizing it, and then slowly the thing go further.
I would say, I wouldn't say that you are not realizing it. I would say that actually you are aware of it happening. Right? Because I mean, there's three minds. I read this book, there's three minds to every human. We have the conscious mind. We are very aware
Right.
of the things, how we behave, right? We are conscious. It's like, if I want to touch you right now, I'm consciously reaching out my hand. All right, and your reflex of hitting it is actually a subconscious behavior.
Right.
It naturally is like someone like try to slap you, you will flinch.
I
So
scared, you
that's a
fight before,
subconscious. But it's me consciously reaching out. So this is a conscious behavior to me.
Right.
But you flicking is a subconscious. And then there is the unconscious, which is the sleeping mind as well. So I think to understand this, we need to look at these three minds very clearly. Because the secret to me, right, it is not focusing on the conscious mind. It is developing your subconscious mind. Why do I say that? Is breathing natural to you?
Breathing.
Breathing.
I was okay. Never mind.
Do you,
You know, sorry.
You have a side joke over there. You wanna add me into the chat?
No, I thought I heard something. Okay,
Okay,
never mind. So,
so-
yeah, breathing.
Breathing, like, do we need to consciously breathe?
No.
We don't need to, right? It's a subconscious thing.
Yeah.
Right? Would you need to, I don't know what else, like by drinking water? We subconsciously know that every day we need to drink water.
Right.
We need to find a water bottle. We need to order a drink. If not, we will die of thirst. Right? So it's kind of became a subconscious habit that we need all this. Right? So in order, like, why do I say that focus is on the subconscious? Because if the conscious mind, there's only so much we can process and withstand at one point in time.
Right.
It's like if I want to think, oh, I need to breathe. I need to breathe. Then how can I think of what I need to work? How can I think of what I'm going to say to you? Right? So all these like are subconscious already because these are habits formed, carved in stone, put it that way. So certain things that what have I developed right, as a subconscious habit, because to you right now, it will be a conscious effort. If I tell you that every morning when you wake up, right, the first thing you must do, you need to do 20 push-ups.
Oh,
At the start, it will be a very conscious thing, right?
I tell myself that every
you need
day.
to wake up, you need to like, okay, TJ say you need to do 20. Okay, let's get out of bed. Let's do 20 push-ups. Right? I mean, you need to do that consciously. But right now, I do it subconsciously. I mean, every day when I wake up, I do 20 to 30 push-ups. Right? Every single day. Right? I'm not into gym lah. But why do I do that? It's to wake my body up. To wake my physical body up. And to me, 20 push-ups, that's all I need. And I actually do have a big, no, I'm just kidding. My bicep normal. Okay, but I think it's all this,
You see,
yeah, I think it's all these habits, okay, that I've developed that, I read another book called Atomic Habits by James Clear or something like that, right, by James something, right? So it's all the tiny habits and easily executionable, right? Is that such a word? Right? You can execute it easily, which is like, oh, you want me to go to the gym every day? That's a tough habit, right? I need to wake up, I need to drive, I need to change, I need to spend 1 hour in the gym. Yeah, so that is hard for me to achieve, right? Because I don't need 8 packs or whatever lah. Okay, but to me, doing push-ups every morning, it keeps me in its shape, right? It kind of like builds my core a bit, right? To that extent, better than doing zero, right?
right.
Right? Because I do it every day. Every day I read. Every single day without fail, I read. But I don't read for half an hour. I read for like 10 minutes, 10 maximum 15 minutes, right before I sleep. Right? So, but because of this habit, every year I read 10 over books compared to 0 books a year, right?
Yeah.
So I only need to spend that small little amount of time. So all this has used to be a conscious effort, right? Back to this conscious, subconscious and an unconscious mind. But now it became a very subconscious behavior to me.
Right.
Because, I place my book, okay, at my living hall. Because every night before I sleep, I'll sit at my living room at the sofa by the table. My book is always there. I'll sit there to reflect about my day, to plan for my next day as well, alone. Right? Then my book is there. So once I'm done reflecting, I'll take out my book, I'll read. Then, okay, after I read until, because I will doze off also lah. Right? So, okay, then I know that, okay, it's time to sleep. Then I'll go to bed as well. Right, so I think these are the little habits, right? Because habits doesn't need to be big, doesn't need to be drastic, right? To me, it starts with all the atomic, the tiny little habits that you develop, like the little mindset shift, right?
Yeah.
The mentality that we develop when facing difficult situations, like what I mentioned earlier on.
Yeah.
Yep.
So tapping into that consciously and subconsciously, do you actually make it a point to self-evaluate yourself, whether at the point where you are growing or where you are stagnating? Is it like a weekly journaling thing, weekly ritual thing? Do you talk to yourself in the mirror? Do you, yeah?
Wow, talking to the mirror. Okay, that
I
was...
don't know. Every time I see the mirror, pang, break.
Okay, I would say same thing back to 16 years old, the program, right? Adam who actually taught us to talk to the mirror.
Oh,
Right, because we need to address that, okay, we are the most important person in our lives.
right.
Right, because whatever response, we are the only one with control. I will never like the most drastic example or most layman example is like when someone break up with you, right? I will never blame my ex-girlfriend last time. Hey, wow, you not good lah, you break up with me lah. Okay, you, it's not you. I'll just, okay, like it's me lah. Like maybe it's me and we are just not communicating well enough. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't blame outward. So same thing, like what habits on reflections or self-evaluation that you are
Right.
asking. At the start, what I do is I always write to myself every year. Right. From 16 until early 20s, mid 20s.
Oh,
Every year I write a letter to myself. Right. So it starts with like, Dear TJ. Right, thank you for blah 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 for all this whole year. These are the difficult challenges that you have faced in this year. Whatever happened, but I'm really proud of you that you have overcame all this, right, in this year. And I look forward to the new next year, right, doing whatever new goals or resolutions I have set. So I write in that letter.
right.
So I used to do that as a form of self-reflection or evaluation. But today I would say that because now this writing to myself, this talking to myself, I mean, everyone talks to ourselves. Like, it's not that I'm crazy or anything, right? The moment you wake up, it's like what you want to eat.
Oh, that's me.
That's talking to yourself, right? In your head, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I think that this writing or journaling to myself habit has became a subconscious effort that each time I'm faced with a challenging situation, that okay, I will subconsciously internalize the challenge, internalize the solutions. Like, what do I need to do next? Yeah. So I think
Do you keep those letters from
I
16?
do. I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you read it regularly also? You read it
I
like-
used to read it.
So when you write it, then you just read it next year to remind you back of yourself, or you just write it to kind of reflect?
So I have a folder lah. So I keep in that folder. So when I was doing this, because I mean when I was age 16, I was still young, right? So challenges, I mean it's a smaller challenge looking at where I am today.
Right.
Right. But back then at 16 years old, I don't have whatever experience or mindset built today.
Yeah.
So I was at a weaker state, if I could put it that way. So back then at 16, 17, 18, I do read those letters very often. And there were times that, 1 year I might write even 2 letters,
Oh.
3 letters. Like every time I feel there's a need to. Yeah, so every time I feel that, when I feel like giving up, I will take those letters out and like, hey, I already overcame all this.
Nice.
Let's just keep pushing forward. But at this point in time, I would say that I don't do that anymore. Right? Because I've already built my mind to this degree that I feel that I can adapt and overcome so much more easily, than compared to in the past.
But you still kept that.
I still
bracelet,
keep, yeah, I
Because
still
it's,
keep.
it's good to kind of
Yeah.
like reflect as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's pause on the seriousness of this.
Okay.
So we're going to play, this is a new segment called Power Power Basket. So inside this basket, there's some questions, some random, some serious ones. So you just pick out one,
Okay.
read it out, and then answer.
So I pick, then you answer.
No, you answer. I answer for what?
So I pick, wow.
Pick one, then you don't put it back.
I don't put it, okay. Okay. Can I change? What's your comfort food after a long day?
Boring lah.
Okay, answer this one then choose one.
What's your comfort food?
He don't have, he do 20 push-ups every morning.
I got like 6 app. Let's see my app. What's your so now the part must cut away. What's your
sorry,
comfort?
sorry.
So what's your comfort food after a long day? Wow. I think prata lah, maybe prata. Egg prata.
Okay, next.
Next
You
question.
put this kind of question, then you have my answer.
I would
Don't put
expect like hot pot or something.
Oh, it's too troublesome. Wow, if you could eliminate one everyday annoyance forever, what would it be?
See, that's what I'm talking about.
One everyday annoyance, like,
Shower.
sorry, what's the definition of annoyance? Like something that I have to do
whatever-
every day.
It can be something I have to do. It can be outside people.
I'll remove 词汇 from. No, just kidding. If I could, wow, this is difficult. Like, if you could remove one everyday annoyance forever.
Okay, maybe yourself lah. Let's make it deep. Of yourself.
Oh, I don't have like.
Oh,
What
so perfect. I have a lot. Yeah.
What's yours?
Don't sleep lah. Can I remove sleep?
You think sleep is annoying?
Yeah.
Marcus Chow will not relate to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
No shit.
I mean like, provided that I can still function normally lah, I will remove sleep and yeah.
Oh,
If my body don't need to sleep to recover lah, right? Given that, yeah, I'll remove sleep.
How is that annoying?
I mean, put it
Sleep is annoying.
put it that way is like if you sleep 8 hours a day, that's 1/3 a day, right?
yeah.
So if you live until 90 years old, you sleep 30 years of your life.
Have you had this like
For Marcus, it's 50.
Right?
Marcus Chow?
Yeah, if you sleep 12 hours a day, you live to 90 years old, you sleep 45 years of your life away.
Well, that is something the viewers and listeners can think about.
Right, yeah. So I mean I would remove sleeping.
That's a very good
So
answer,
I can do
actually.
more, I can see more, I can explore more. Yeah.
Sure. So before we end off this episode, any last few words of encouragement, of motivation to our viewers who are listening and
Last
watching?
words. Well, I think if today you are watching this, you're in the process thinking that, oh, there are certain habits that you want to overcome, keep it simple. I'll say these 3 words: keep it simple. Don't overthink, all right? I mean, changing a habit, developing a new habit can be very, very easily attainable. Yeah, so keep it simple. Start with all the tiny habits that brings you to the big picture, all right?
Perfect. And there you have it. So this conversation reminds us that excellence isn't an accident. It's built through the patterns we practice every day, the habits we form, the mindset we cultivate, and how we respond to challenges all shape the results we get in life and work. So to everyone listening today, here's the takeaway. Start small, start intentional, and start now. Identify one pattern that could shift your life for the better, practice it consistently, and notice the change it brings over time. Excellence is not a one-time event, it's a journey, and it's built one pattern at a time. TJ, it's been a pleasure having you in the studio. Thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. And if you enjoyed this episode, please continue to follow us on Spotify and YouTube. Until next time, keep pushing forward. Stay empowered as we continue to rise by raising others. And remember, your Mondays will never have to be blue again. It's been TJ and Taufik. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Welcome to Power Monday, where your Mondays will never be blue again.